What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick review and demonstration over the update and the expansion packs to Virtual Power. If you don't know, I did a review on Virtual Power a ways back. Psh, card in the corner. So we're not going to go over any of the old sounds or any of the old features. We're just going to go through what's in the update and the expansion pack today. This plugin currently costs $55. If you're interested in it, hit the affiliate link below. It really helps the channel. And then when you check out, if you enter in promo code SumnSumnSumn10, get yourself 10% off at the checkout. But let's go ahead and get into this update and these expansions. Some, hit the key. So if you've never seen Virtual Power, you open it up, it looks like this. Cool thing about this plugin is that you can hit this button right here and it gives you some graphics. And the graphics don't really take up too much CPU. The only reason it says 25 here is because the Streamlabs is rolling recording the screen. But overall, I ran like 5 instances of this plugin and it was only running 25% CPU. So it's not a very CPU intensive plugin. We're gonna go ahead and just put it on this one for right now, I guess. So I made a little beat. Obviously, all the sounds from the beat just come from the expansion pack. So I used 4 different melodic sounds and then 808. So that's 5 different sounds. They all came from the actual plugin. I'm going to play that and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into, this update. So I'm just going to pull Virtual Power back up and then I'm going to show you guys a few things. I'm going to show you about the update first and then I'll go through all the sounds second. So the first thing that you need to know how to do though is you need to learn how to upload the expansion pack. So in order to get to the expansion pack, you're just going to hit this top button up here. And then what you have to do is you have to add expansion. And then after you add expansions, you're just going to drop the expansions into this folder. And so that's all you have to do is just drag it from your desktop or your download folder, wherever it's at, and put it there. And then refresh the plugin or reload the plugin. And once you do that, it'll automatically pop up here in gasoline and matches. So I'm going to show you guys a few things about the update that are pretty nice that we've probably all been waiting for if you've been using Virtual Power. One of the best things about this is the random MIDI. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this button and then I'll tap the random MIDI. Now what the random MIDI does, if you're not aware, is it randomizes the MIDI. So if you drop a MIDI track in there, you can hit randomize and it'll change the MIDI. So like, let's say you're doing a bridge or you need a different part of the song and you're struggling with the melody. If you drop it into that random MIDI, it will change the MIDI for you. So I'm just going to take this MIDI and you have to drop it right here where it says drop MIDI file. And so now I have the MIDI right here. So in order to play it, you're just going to push play right here. All right, and so then in order to randomize the MIDI, all you're going to do is hit this randomize button right here, and then now we'll play it and you'll hear it'll sound different. So if you want to reset it, because you can keep doing it over and over again and it'll give you different MIDIs, just tap that drop MIDI file button again, and then you can do the process all over again. So before, in order to record the MIDI, you would have to record it in Edison, but now you can just export the MIDI. So what I did was I made a file on my desktop called Virtual Power MIDIs, and then to export it now, you just push this export button, and then you go find wherever the folder was at. So mine's on the desktop. We'll go down to Virtual Power MIDIs. Right here, you have to name it. So we'll just name it 4, and then push save. And then once you do that, it's there. And so then when you pop the folder up, boom, it's right here. And so then all you have to do is drag and drop that into whatever pattern that you want to play it in. So we'll just drag it and we'll drop it into right here. And so now it's right there and it'll play. So you just push, your pattern. So that's definitely a nice feature to the update. This is probably my favorite feature in this plugin, other than the sounds. I really like the sounds too. And then another feature that they have in this plugin that I like is that you can make your own expansion packs and you can upload your own sounds and mix the sounds with the sounds here. So you can just basically tap this folder button over here and go to user audio. Now, what you're going to have to do before you can put any sounds in the user audio is you have to put the sounds here. So you're going to have to come into your audio files in your virtual power folder, and put whatever's, one shots or whatever that you want to listen to into that folder. It's just your audio files on your virtual power folder. And then all you have to do is click that. So we'll just take this piano, and then bam, now it's here. So in order to make this work, you have to turn the gain up a little bit, and you have to turn this low pass all the way over. If you don't turn the low pass over, it's going to be really low. So make sure you turn that over, and then you have the control over your voices. With this, you can control reverb, delay. You got your EQ right here. You got your low pass, high pass. You got your attack and release, voices, gain, so on and so forth. So with this, we're going to just play it. So you have to click this button right here. And now you also have to sync it properly. So when you're syncing it, this is on C. So C would be 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, so on and so forth, in order for it to be the C key. So we'll go ahead and put it on 60. All right, so I got it on 60, and then basically if you just push the button, you'll hear that it works. All right, and so then you can also reverse the sound. So all you got to do is tap this reverse button. And you can change the start point of the reverse by just sliding this over. And then you can also, if you turn the power on, you can play it with the actual VST. So then, you can change it over to like an ARP or something like that. And then you can run this with the ARP playing. So, you can do all kinds of different things. And then if you want to export that sound out, all you have to do is come over to this right here. And then you're going to have to add and create a folder. So you can see I created a folder right here, 444, and my sounds, and I just created a generic one, just testing it out. But what you're going to basically have to do is you're going to have to add expansion, and then you're going to have to come into your user presets, and you're going to have to create a folder, and then you're going to have to create another folder called sounds, and then you'll save your preset there. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick. So in order to do that, after you create that folder, you're in the folder and you click on sounds, and then you can just add the new sound right here, the new preset. So we'll just call it PR1 for preset 1. And so then you push OK, and then you have that preset there. And so you can save it like that. And then in order to, like, let's say you want to sell your expansion packs in the future or anything like that, all you have to do is take that folder, that you created, the 444 folder, and then you can sell that folder. So you can upload it on the internet, or if you have clients or whatever like that, you can sell it just like that. So that's a nice little feature right there. Another thing that they added with the update was he changed the way that the arpeggiator rolls. So now with the arpeggiator, you can go up, down, down, up, randomize, so on and so forth. I'm not really going to mess with the arpeggiator too much because I don't really mess with it that much. So I don't want to make it, I don't want to kill it in the review when it's a good tool. I just don't use it very much. So those are some of the things that you got in the update. But let's go ahead and check out some of these sounds now. So I'm going to start by just playing some basic chords. When you get into the pack has probably about 100 different sounds. So, click on gasoline and matches, and then go to categories, and then it's got a bunch of ARPs and it's got some sounds. So we'll just go through a few of the ARPs and then we'll go through a bunch of the sounds. So basically, these are the chords that I'm going to play, and then I'll let you hear what the ARP does to the chords. So these are the basic chords I'm going to play. And then when I play it through the ARP, it's going to sound like this. Now, one cool thing about this ARP is that you can change the sounds in the ARP. So like, let's say you don't like one of the sounds and you want to pick something else, bam, you can just pick a pluck, throw it in there, and you got a whole different sounding little ARP. So then you have some other ARPs here. These are just more of like trapped out ARPs and stuff like that. And so obviously if you change the chord progression, it's going to change the way that the ARP sound. We'll get into some of the sounds now. So with the sounds, there's 808s, there's bass, there's bells, there's plucks, there's flutes, guitars, keys, leads, pads, plucks, all that stuff. So we may not go through every single sound, but we'll go through a bunch of them. And so we'll start off with the 808s. So the 808s sound like this. So it's got some pretty solid sounding 808s. I got to move the basses up an octave, but we'll go ahead and get those next. So let's see. So there's some interesting sounding basses there. Now we'll get into some bells. I'm going to switch the pattern up. One thing I do like about the menus on this is that you can control it with the scroll wheel. So if you get on there, you can scroll with the scroll wheel, you can scroll up and down, or you can use up and down, which I always like on a plugin when you can push up and down and enter, and then you can just go to the next sound. So with this, again, I can't stress enough that pretty dope that the expansion pack is free. So if you already have this, you need to make sure that you go to the site and download your copy. You're going to have to delete the old copy and reinstall, but it's got an automatic installer, so it does it for you. So so I will say I really do like the pads in this in this expansion pack a lot. So that's basically the update and the expansions in a nutshell. I can't stress enough that I would definitely recommend going to get this right away if you already have virtual power. Check it out. You know, if you don't have it, I definitely highly recommend this plugin. If you go back and look through a bunch of my videos, you will see that I use this plugin all the time. I'm not just saying that, no cap. Simply look at the wave. When I export the waves down, you'll always see virtual power or something like that in the background because it's got a bunch of different solid sounds. You know, again, make sure if you grab it, you hit that affiliate link and use the code SumnSumnSumn, get yourself 10% off today. Appreciate you guys' time today. If you got something out of this content, drop a whole elbow on that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys again today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some, hit the key.